Well, welcome to a special edition of Sabbath Lounge, and I hope that you are doing well today and enjoying the Sabbath or whenever you find yourself watching this. But we're at the time of this recording, we're coming to the end of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, and made me start thinking about this. What is the rhythm of life? For most of the people watching the video, understand this time of year. It really makes sense. We see the trees green up, the grass grows, we see the birds, we see the butterflies. All the animals are out and about enjoying this weather. This is also the most common time of the year for births in the animal kingdom. The birds are having their babies. Many of the mammals in North America are also having their babies in the spring. It makes sense that babies would be born in the spring versus any other time of year, especially after it's easier to bring young life and survive in the spring. This is one of the rhythms that Yah has put in place. Those of us that are following His calendar understand this rhythm of life. We understand that this was put in place back in the garden. At creation, it started with the 6 days of work and the last day being a day of rest, the Sabbath. The creator of the universe himself paused and rested and commanded us to join him in that rest. In essence, you can look at it this way. The creator of the universe was the author of cloud computing. He created the first cloud calendar, if you will. In my work life, I am dominated by the Google Cloud Calendar. I like it because I can use it on my desktop at work, and then I can use it on my phone when I'm out and about in the field to keep up with the things that I'm supposed to be doing, following up on appointments, people I'm supposed to call back, things I'm supposed to do. If you're like me, if you don't write these things down, you get busy with the hustle and bustle, phone calls, problems that arise, crisis, fires that arise, and it's easy to forget all the things you're supposed to do. And you have to have some way to write down and keep up with it. So cloud computing and the cloud calendar work for us very well in this modern world. And we like to share a version of this, whatever you use, across multiple platforms. And sometimes you share this with various people that you work with because you all need to see each other's calendars and see each other's notes. This is basically, in essence, what we have in Yah's calendar. He shared his calendar worldwide for all people, places, and times. And he said, I'm setting this day aside every week for you to meet with me. Focus on my word, rest, enjoy family, enjoy not working. Have time to spend on his things, which are people and not things. He's telling us to value his word. People's relationships in this world are sometimes based on things, worldly possessions, and many other things can distract us from focusing on him. He wants us to set aside this time and dedicate it to him weekly. Many benefits result from this calendar appointment and us keeping it. The main thing is resting, not working, allowing your body to recoup, having downtime. We often come from this Puritan work ethic mindset that says any slow time or downtime is detrimental, unhealthy, lazy, slothful. But if the creator of the universe can slow down and needs a day off, it shouldn't shock us that we also could use a day off. So the Sabbath is the first one of these rhythms of life. Almost everything has a rhythm. Even the hum of this computer I'm using now has a rhythm, a pattern to it. There's a pattern in our breathing. There's a pattern in our heart rate. There's a pattern in music. All of these things involve a rest. Think what music would be like if you didn't have a rest between notes. Music without a rest between notes is just you banging wildly on the keys of a keyboard or playing the strings of a guitar just kind of randomly. It doesn't mean a lot. and that's why. Not everyone is a fan of a double kick bass drum found in some heavy metal, or a guitar solo by some guitar virtuoso where he goes on and on and on and on, just nonstop playing. Our bodies, our ears are looking for that rest, for that pause between the notes. That's what makes good music. Good music has a pause, has many pauses, has rest. Babies love it as well. They love the rhythm of the heartbeat, the rhythm of breathing, the rhythm of the rocking chair, the rhythm of the little chair that has a little motor that they sit in and it vibrates. They love it. The intermittent pattern, the repeatability of the pattern. We are programmed from our Creator from birth to love these patterns and to seek these patterns, not only auditory patterns, but also visual patterns. Our Creator put this pattern amongst everything. There's a pattern in the cycle of the trees. They have a season of leafing out, growing, and producing a significant amount of photosynthesis in the growing season to make glucose. Allows them to survive in the summer and give them the food that they need. They also have a period of rest in the winter where they conserve resources. They drop their leaves and spend their winter building up roots to build the things that in the ground no one can see. So much wisdom can be found in the trees. Scripture often compares people to trees. It's easy to see why. These Sabbaths are supposed to be like that for us. The Sabbath is the time when we quote unquote drop our leaves and work on our roots for a minute. We develop deeper roots, just like it says in Scripture about them. A tree on the banks of a river that's rooted deep in the river of life, the river of Yah's Word. That's what we're to root into, growing stronger and taller to be more beneficial in the kingdom. The Sabbath is a part of this great pattern, this great cycle, this great rhythm that our Creator put into place from the beginning. Not only did He create the Sabbath and His cloud computing system, but He also created the feast. The feast is another one of the moed or moedim that He set apart this time for us to meet with Him face to face, one-on-one, to set aside our agendas, the world's agendas, and to be holy and set apart people, focused on what He wants us to focus on. The world makes this very difficult. Sometimes family makes this very difficult. People ask a lot of questions. They think it's strange. They don't understand why. They have a hard time wrapping their arms and their head around what we're trying to do, why we're trying to do it. They also have many misconceptions about this being bondage, this being Jewish, this being a bad thing, just like most of us did. You and I were once there and thought the same thing. So all of us, it seems to be on different calendars these days. And that's okay. I'm not here to argue which calendar, how to do the moon, how to do your day. But most of us have already ended and are coming to the end of the first half of the spring feast. In the Feast of Unleavened Bread, I hope that you've learned something, and I hope that you've had the opportunity to purge and rid your mind of some bad teaching and some teaching that Yahweh would not have us dwell on. And get rid of the things that were not Yahweh's. Reset your mind and be put on a new course for this new year. Isn't it interesting how the enemy hijacked this idea? We see it as New Year's resolutions today. In some ways, the idea of the New Year's resolution is akin to getting rid of the leaven in our house, getting rid of the leaven of man's teachings and starting clean, fresh, starting over with a new thing. I hope and pray that you've been successful in that quest and that you've been able to do that. Once again, I hope and pray this finds you in a good place. Hope and pray that you pause, that you breathe, and as you blink, that you're reminded of these intentional pauses that our Creator put in our path. We have to have pauses. We have to have a break. That creates the rhythm. There is a rhythm to this life. And I'm so grateful to be on this journey. Every day it makes me feel connected to the Creator, His creation, more in tune with His rhythm, the proper rhythm of life.